Thought my boyfriend got home from work. It wasn't my boyfriend. My boyfriend, who I live with, works as a teacher in a town about 15 minutes away by train. He usually gets home around the same time every day, give or take an hour. I work from home, so I was lying in bed getting some work done one Tuesday afternoon in late January. We had just had a pretty big fight about something silly, and I couldn't even remember what it was. We hadn't spoken to each other the whole day. I was waiting for him to come home, which I expected would be around 2:30 p.m. after his last class. But then, around 1 p.m., I heard the front door open and shut. I thought, I guess he's home early today. It wasn't unusual for him to skip a class now and then. I was mostly preparing for that awkward post-fight conversation, so I stayed in bed, waiting for him to come in and change. With my bedroom door closed and earplugs half in, I could hear his heavy footsteps moving around the apartment. If I hadn't been so caught up in the fight, I might have noticed how slow the footsteps were, or how long he spent in the living room. But I was too distracted, just lying there, waiting. Finally, the bedroom door creaked open just a few inches. I turned my head, ready to give him a half smile, but the door only opened slightly. I looked and saw a woman's hand with red nail polish on the doorknob. Whoever it was closed the door just as quietly as they had opened it. I jumped out of bed, yanked out my earplugs, and froze for a moment, my mind racing. My first thought was, that was not my boyfriend. I wondered if it could have been his mom or sister. But then I realized they didn't have keys and had never come over unannounced. I opened the bedroom door and stepped into the living room. It was empty, but the air was thick with the scent of women's perfume. Panic set in as I realized this was a stranger. There's a balcony connected to the bedroom, so despite the cold January rain, I stepped outside and called my boyfriend. I asked if his mom or sister might be over, and he replied, "No, don't move, I'm calling the police." The police arrived within minutes and searched the entire apartment. Of course, no one was there by then. Strangely, nothing was missing, even though we kept a jar full of money right by the entrance. It seemed like the intruder had come straight to the bedroom, seen me lying there, and panicked. Plus, you can't open that heavy wooden front door without a key. For a few days, my boyfriend and I convinced ourselves it was just the landlady being nosy. I started to feel better, but we still insisted she change the locks. When she came with her husband to do that, they discovered something alarming. There was a square area around the keyhole that had been scratched away, suggesting someone had used tools to break in. Then, a day or two later, my boyfriend said, "I have to tell you something, but don't freak out." He revealed that our orange kitchen scissors were missing. I panicked and tore the apartment apart looking for them. It's been 6 months, and those scissors are still gone. The whole situation is just creepy and strange. A stranger breaks into our apartment, but doesn't take anything valuable, not even the money jar, yet steals scissors from the kitchen and leaves when they see someone in bed. I never got to meet the person who opened the door that day, and I hope I never do.